Okay guys, we are deep in the hillside garden. Go slow. And you can see the overlook structures right there, the hydrangeas. And Reese is going to turn around and we're going to talk about old-fashioned Weigela, which is Weigela florida. And this is an old-fashioned kind of a grandma plant shrub, but it is still on the CPP list, so we're going to continue to learn it. The leaf arrangement is opposite. The leaf form is simple. The leaf margin serrated. It is a shrub. It's broadleaf and deciduous. It is considered large, and the form is rounded. There was not a lot noted about its soil preferences, moisture preference. It says it is not drought tolerant, so that's important to note. And this is an early spring bloomer, so we're going to prune it after flowering. It, kind of like forsythia and some of the other old-fashioned grandma shrubs, has these really arching growth habit. So please don't head shear it, just plunge prune it. The growth rate is considered average. The exposure is sun to partial. Here in the hillside, it's definitely partial. Climactic hardiness zones are 5 to 8. Landscape uses are groupings or masses, shrub border, or specimen. Flowers are considered showy in the spring, and they are a rosy pink. This one has just finished flowering. We've just missed it, so you can see the calyx is there from when it had flowered a little earlier. Autumn color not applicable. Leaf texture is considered medium. And one thing to note about the leaves is that there is a pubescence or a hair on the underside of the leaves. Notable bark characteristics are there are large juvenile lenticels, large circular lenticels. So this is the stem, and if you come down here, you can start to see those dots are lenticels, and lenticels are where there's some air exchange that happens in the stems. But that's a noteworthy thing, especially because this is deciduous, and if you're trying to be tasked with identifying it when it doesn't have foliage on, that could be a significant identifier. Notable cultivars. The one I selected is called Wine and Roses. It's a compact form, so it would be more like a small shrub versus large. And it has burgundy leaves, so dark colored leaves and hot pink flowers. Some of those with the colorful leaves and slightly more compact habits have gotten more traction in the trade than just the generic old-fashioned Weigela. No serious pests or diseases. It's not a North Carolina native, not a U.S. native, not invasive. I found no information about salt tolerance. Other information, we've already noted that it has poor drought tolerance. And Durr even said it's not very attractive in winter. So when it loses its foliage, its form is just not very desirable. That's why one of the landscape uses is the shrub border, so it can get lost in that shrub border. All right, thanks.